G'day, we're Haley and Brad, and this is our Australia trip.
Oh Jesus, that's bad.
Wow, there are just so many reasons why we think this beach is the best in all of Australia. We just got to our favourite place ever. Esperance!
Esperance car wash, mate. We have had an interesting morning. So we've got a big jobs day on today. We've just crossed the Nullarbor. We've been in Western Australia for 2 days. We've got no food, we've got basically no fuel, no water. We've got to do a massive stock up. So we've come into Esperance town, but we stayed out of town at a free camp last night and it absolutely belted down. And the gravel pit that we were staying in soon turned to clay, as you can see this morning. We have done a bit of a mischief on the van. Holy,
No.
that's just straight up clay. That's disgusting.
Lucky you were washing the van today.
I was washing the van already today, but if we didn't do that, we would still be there, max tracking and up to our knees in mud. So let's get going. We're going to one of our favourite places in the world today. Patsy's snagged us a campsite there, so without further ado, let's get on with it. Holy crap. Have you ever seen it's so gloomy but the water is like,
it's like
ice blue?
That is Lucky Bay.
Woo!
Oh my gosh.
We made it back.
All the jobs are done. I've got my Esperance shirt on. I'm so excited. We have finally made it to Lucky Bay, arguably the most popular campground in WA. Like one of the ones you have to book 6 months in advance at midnight, but somehow I got a cancellation. 4 nights here. We are stoked.
Oh, Patsy.
I mean, I know it's
Look at the
gloomy, it's
weather.
cold, it's cloudy,
But this water is
pretty
off its...
cool. Look at that. Whoop whoop. Jeez, I feel like I'm coming home. Like, I know I've only spent 3 weeks of my life here last year, but this place is very special.
Epic.
I hope there's a good campsite for us.
Booking a site at Lucky Bay works a little bit differently to a lot of the other WA campsite bookings. Rather than being able to select a site on arrival, you have to wait until you actually get there and see what sites are left based on who was leaving that day. While there's not really a bad site at Lucky Bay, we were hoping for one that had views of the water, and we really lucked out with this one. Uninterrupted views of Lucky Bay. How good.
Ladies, we scored goals. We have got an uninterrupted view of Lucky Bay. I don't know how we snagged this by getting here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but
It's like
we
4
did it.
o'clock.
This is the first time I'm going to unhitch the car in like 2 weeks. It's going to feel good to get this off and get exploring around this area. Can't wait. It may be 18 degrees, it may be an overcast day, but we'll be damned if we're going to let that stop us. We've got the cozies on, we're going swimming. Look at this place. Oh, it's beautiful. It's icy cold. Oh, it's freezing. Oh.
I feel swimming Western Australia!
Way back.
What are we up to, Brad?
Well, I'm dusting the Gibb River Road off my walking shoes and we're going a walkabout because I think we've got a little bit of cabin fever. We've been here for like a day and a half now and it's been pretty gloomy, pretty rainy and windy, like 50km/h winds. It's been crazy, but we need to get out and do something. So Patsy's lined up a little walk for us to go on.
Yeah. So apparently there's a nice little walk from here at Lucky Bay around the headland and over to the next beach, which is Thistle Cove. Hopefully the weather clears up a little bit and we can have a nice swim there and then we'll come back and have some lunch. But it's just such a shame that the weather's not good this time round, especially after coming here last year. We got so lucky with the weather. We were here for 3 weeks and we had banging days so often.
The locals also said that to us. They're like, you guys are lucked out with the weather, and for
Last
it to
year,
be
yeah.
like this now, I understand what they need.
Yeah.
We've got a few good days coming up. Tomorrow's supposed to be the best weather day of the week, so we'll get out
Gotta make the most
and get
of it.
amongst it. But all right, let's go jump over on the other
let's
side.
go make the most of today.
How spectacular are the views from this southwestern coastline? From Esperance all the way along the coast to Israelite Bay, these giant granite mountains plunge deep into the pristine Southern Ocean. A total of 105 islands dot the coastline along here in the Bay of Isles. This provides a habitat for a large and diverse range of flora and fauna. This surely would have to be one of the most unique and beautiful landscapes in Australia. We made our way down to Thistle Cove for a quick dip and were ushered along by the increasing wind gusts, getting back to the van just in time before the rain started.
Have a look at this. What a difference an hour can make. So it's just been belting down rain all morning and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, blue skies, low wind.
I can finally put my hat on.
Finally got the lids on and the weather gods are shining down on us. So we are gonna go make the most of Lucky Bay because I feel like before the wind comes, we might only have an hour or so. So we'll go and make the most of it and show you Lucky Bay Beach pretty much at its best.
It's like a race against the clock.
Are you videoing?
Yeah.
How good is this? I tell you why I love this beach. Because you don't even need to let your tyres down to come on it. It's that bloody rock hard at low tide. So this is like one of the most purest forms of silica sand in the world. So the sand is much different to the sand you get, say, on the East Coast. It's like really squeaky. It's like super pure white. You definitely need your sunnies, but look at this. It's a sheltered bay, a perfect little paddleboard wave. This is going to be an epic morning. It is just neat. The paddleboard, the stand-up paddleboard, if you're traveling on the road, that's a great addition to your setup. It keeps you really fit. It's also a great way to get out there, be on the waves. And the water today, because of all those strong winds and swells and stuff that we had the last few days, the water's actually a different color than what it usually is here. Because it's so stirred up, it's actually more green. Usually it's like this icy blue, but it's this more greeny color. Well, after an epic morning down the beach, we can't spend all day down there. We do have to come back and get some jobs done because we're on the move again tomorrow. And one of the things that come up on our way over here was I got my first light on the dash since owning this vehicle, and it's the fuel filter light. Apparently the light on the dash means that the fuel filter's like clogged up or something's wrong there. So luckily I bought a spare one 18 months ago when we started our trip. Well, it's probably more like 20 months ago since we started our trip. So I'm gonna use that and pull this one apart because it's supposed to be a pretty simple fix. You'll also see that I have a big gaping hole here. That's usually where our secondary battery lives that powers all the stuff in the canopy. But over Christmas that also died, so I'm waiting on a new lithium battery to come under warranty. So that's a bit of a pain, but anyway, let's get this fuel filter changed out and see how gross the old one is. Alright, I've just got a little towel in here to stop it from dripping everywhere because this bowl holds, I don't know, just under half a litre of diesel. Take the sensor off. I'll just pull that out and pop that down there. Moment of truth, let's see how dirty she is. Oh Jesus, that's bad. So that's the new one there, and that's the old one, Patsy. It is absolutely been punished. Like the amount of disgusting service stations we fill up at, it's no wonder it looks like that. So inside the bowl here, you can also see there's a fair bit of smuts down in there. So I'll clean that up too, get all that gunk out of there, and pop the new one in. There we go. Astronomically better than what it was. Jesus, can't believe how filthy that was. I will check that more regularly, now that I know. Alright, that's all done. Now all I need to do is refill that bowl full of fuel. So what you do on a Landcruiser is you press this little button until it gets hard, so that'll bring the fuel up out of the fuel tank and fill that bowl up. One thing to also remember, if you got a secondary fuel filter like we have, if it's after the pump, which ours is, you need to let some pressure off here. There's a little bleed valve there, so you let that off until the bubbles stop, and yeah, obviously clean up the diesel, because a bit of diesel will come out with the bubbles. So that's all primed, that's all primed. Let's hope it turns on. It's turned on, so that's good. Fuel light is still there.
Bugger.
Okay, I'll revisit that step. But at least we have a beautiful, clean fuel filter now. Okay, so apparently I got the sequence wrong. So the sequence to reset that light is to, while the car's off, unplug that sensor. That's popped out. Now turn the ignition on, but not the car on. Run back around here. Plug the sensor in. Alright, plug the sensor in. Turn the ignition off. And then start the car. There it is. We're in business, baby. All in a day's work.
Also, what a spot to fix the fuel filter from, hey?
Yeah.
Perched at the top of Lucky Bay.
Looking over Lucky Bay and doing some jobs is not a bad place to do it, for sure.
No. So we are rounding out our day today at Frenchman's Peak. It's this massive mountain in the Cape Legrand National Park. We actually came here last year and we climbed up for sunrise, and it just blew our minds how beautiful it was. So we thought this year we would come back for sunset.
Feels like you're on top of the world when you're up there, because it's just like sheer drops all around you.
And it's got this little like, how would you describe that? It reminds me of like an elf's hat.
yeah, a little Smurf,
Yeah,
hat.
the Smurf.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna go up there, catch the sunset, and enjoy our last day in the Cape Legrand National Park.
Oh, look at this little fella. Hello, buddy. Hello. Oh. Pretty wild up here. What an epic way to round out a day, eh? Look at that. That is just spectacular, Patsy.
Yeah, I love it. I love Esperance and the Cape Legrand National Park, and then Western Australia.
Still got a little bit to go, but we're gonna get down now while it's still light, because don't know how good the old phone torch is gonna be navigating this mountain in new boots. And didn't really dress for any cool weather, so I've still got me board shorts on and it's pretty cool. All right, let's get moving.
Well, this morning I had to dig to the back of my cupboard to get my warm clothes out because it's freezing. This weather is just not ideal for January in Australia, especially when you're in the place in the country that we believe has the best beaches. I'm glad we had a good day yesterday, but today I guess is a good day to be moving.
It's a pretty good day to be moving, yeah.
We've packed up camp at Lucky Bay, and we're only traveling an hour down the road to a caravan park near Wharton Beach. And because it's pretty early, probably can't check in yet, so we're just gonna park up here, have some brekkie, and then make our way down there. But I'm really hoping for better weather because Wharton is the best beach in Australia, hands down.
For sure, yep.
But still, we're gonna make the most of our last morning at Lucky Bay. It's still pretty nice even on an overcast day.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's cold.
One thing that you should not leave home without when you travel around Australia is a banister brush. We have these hidden everywhere and they just come in.
Did you
so
just
handy.
walk down this table?
This was just covered in sand, so just clean. Now we can have our brekkie.
Oh, I need to get our brekkie out of the fridge.
Alright, thank you. Good morning. Okay, so this is where we ended up after leaving Lucky Bay, Duke of Orleans Caravan Park. Now, a caravan park's not usually our first port of call when we're looking for a campsite, but this is just what I had to do because all the free camps around here have closed down, and this is in perfect proximity to a lot of awesome things in the area. So we've been held up just working for the last few days. The weather's been really bad, really windy, rainy, all the things, but today we're looking at a nice hot day and plenty of sunshine. So there still is a bit of wind about, but that's just what we're dealing with. Just walking down the beach here, I can just walk through this little path here and it brings me out to the ocean just for a quick look to see what the conditions are like. Actually not too bad compared to previous days that I've come down here. So this morning we're going to the best beach in Australia, or the best beach that we've been to, and we're going to spend a bit of the morning there, and then we're going to go for a bit of an explore around the area. There's a lot of cool four-wheel drive tracks and things to do and see, so come along for a little bit of an explore day with us and I'll see what we can get up to. Let's go. We've just driven up the beach and there's such a good little wave on here, but it's so cold up here. I don't know why it's so much more freezing. Oh, it is so cold.
Oh, it's very tight. Gotta suck them in.
We've left Wharton Beach and we are looking at these tracks that are, which way is this? I don't know what direction it is,
just
but
following like
on the other side of the headland. We're trying to follow random tracks to see if we can get on a different beach or something, but we haven't let our tyres down. So
we could be in for some mischief.
we're just sending it.
Gets real sandy and then all of a sudden it comes really hard and rocky like this, but I just saw this little goat track heading up the hill. I'm like, I'll take that track, that might lead somewhere. And as you can see, it's pretty tight.
Getting a few sights.
The clear view mirrors are crap. Paint flakes off them anyway. I won't be buying clear views again. We've got an uphill sand track. We're running 50 boots on. Whee!
Go, Cruiser!
Alright, she's handling it. Geez, we only just made it over that hill. I had to downshift, and that's the issue with the manual when you're in sand, is that few seconds it takes you to shift down and match the gears up. That's a lot of speed and momentum you lose in the soft sand. Oh.
She looks, oh, now it's hard.
Woo! That was gnarly. That was gnarly. Look at this. Hey, not many people coming over here today.
Wow, there are just so many reasons why we think this beach is the best in all of Australia. It has the whitest sand, like whiter than Whitehaven Beach. It's got that trademark Esperance blue water, like, oh my goodness, have a look at it.
It doesn't even register. When you see that type of blue water, it's just like your mind doesn't see that ever.
It's like all the Esperance beaches have this crazy blue water, but I reckon the water at Wharton has a bit more of a light blue shade, and
I think
it's
it's
just
because
so
that
beautiful.
That sand is like really shallow around that headland.
Yeah.
Makes it look really blue.
But it also, like, you can drive on the beach and you don't have to let your tires down. You can bring your dogs. It has like the perfect little wave for paddleboarding and surfing, and it has this headland up this end that you can climb, which is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna.
Look at the bees. There's like a swarm of bees.
Ew! Woo! Get out of here! But yeah, we're gonna climb to the top of the headland and have a look at the view from above because it is epic.
Alright, well, that is gonna wrap up our first episode back in Esperance.
Yeah.
We haven't even been into Esperance town yet, really. So there's still a lot left to come down here from the southwest. We'll make our way further west as well in the next coming episodes, but thank you for joining us once again as we find our feet back in this awesome travel lifestyle. Thank you for watching. Thank you for buying us beers. Subscribe if you want to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye guys.
Bye, thank you.